So the other day I'm at work and my mom texts me and she's like, how many marathons have we stitched and how many did we skip? I'm like, I don't know. Like, that's not something that I keep track of. And I understand that I am a person that tracks most things.
Everything.
So I can see why, I guess, she would think that I don't track that. That's nothing that I know. So we don't know what number marathon this is. We don't know how many we've done and how many we haven't and whatnot. For the majority, we've stitched most marathons. There have been a couple that we didn't film, a couple we had to change off schedule. We'll have to change our April plans because I'm speaking at a conference. So,
That's more important.
Well, I mean, professional career, yeah, it is. But it's, So this is January. This is our first marathon for 2025. It's really hard for me that it's 24 hours in 2025. Like, I don't like 2025 because I don't have anything
catchy.
Yeah, I have had a really hard time figuring out what my plan for the year is going to be and what I'm going to, like, I don't know. I don't have like an overarching rhyme or reason for what I'm doing. I'm really excited about 2026 because 2026 can be alphabets because 26 letters in the alphabet. And so I've already got it all planned. And so I think I'm just like in this, can it be 2026 already? But I've got to get, I'm struggling. How are you?
Which means I'm struggling.
It's been a really hard week, too. So last Saturday I woke up and my tooth hurt. And then Sunday I woke up and my cheek was like, So I was dealing with dental pain. And then I had a staff meeting Monday morning. I lost one of my staff members. She got another job, and I'm very excited for her, but kind of sucks. And so I'm bringing on a new staff member. So I had everybody coming in person, but the weather wasn't supposed to be great. So I was back on and forth if we were going to have it. Well, it didn't snow, so we were going to meet. So I left for work a little early to get him donuts, and then I got rear-ended. and then it was a series of 4 cars, and the car that caused it, it really wasn't a series of 4 cars, but it's a whole mess now. But the car that initiated the whole thing drove away, so then it's my insurance that has to cover it, even though I wasn't at fault. And this is the second time that situation has happened to me, and the 4th time I've been rear-ended. And I drive a bright orange car, so I'm not exactly sure how you don't see me. So my week has kind of sucked. So I really do need this weekend.
So last night we
drank a lot of wine.
Yeah, and this morning I found a big spill spot.
I don't think it was me.
It had to be you.
I know.
It had to be you. You were sitting in that chair, and it wasn't there yesterday, so it was you.
I mean, I went to bed
Didn't
at
hit my cross stitch.
9 o'clock.
I know, and I went to bed shortly afterwards.
I started drinking wine at about 3:30. Maybe a little later.
Got here.
I worked till a little after 3, and then
4 o'clock.
Came right here. Yeah, it was.
It was nice. It was a nice evening, but I actually slept through the night without getting up once.
I always sleep through the night
till 7 o'clock. Well, I don't, so I should get my full amount on my CPAP count.
Get your right
6
score,
hours
your
and 59 minutes.
Okay, so cross stitch. So this year, like I said, I've really been struggling with what I'm going to do. So I have 114 whips still. I think 80 some of them are from 222 when I started the 222 projects because I turned 40. And so I'm torn between this. I want to finish everything. And so then I was like, well, maybe I can have what I'm stitching during the marathons be related to like the theme for the planner and everything. The theme for this year is choose your own adventure. Remember those like choose your own adventure books that you got to like, she was like, don't you remember those? And I was like, yeah, that's why I did the planner that way. That's what it's based on. But you would like read a page and then it would be like, do you want to go in the cave? If you want to go in the cage, go to page 65. I'm not that creative, so it's more just like the acrostics or things that talk about adventuring and what you might need on your adventure. And there's a year-long like a choice for each month, so you can kind of pick what you're going to do. So I was thinking I could pick a project that, like the map project, the Mysterious Adventure Project by Ink Circles, that was kind of like you roll dice and you decide what the border is going to look like and you kind of make this whole map of a fictional place. So I was all set to start that and have that be what I was stitching this weekend. And then I was like, I really want some finishes. So I've identified for each month for me a like big ass project, a large project, and a medium project that I want to get some stitching on. And then I was thinking, well, maybe then for the rest of the month, I'll just stitch on things that I started during that month. And so that was my plan, but then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not going to finish anything then. You know, like I'm going to get a day on all these projects and I'm still going to be left at the end of the year with 114 projects and I'm ready to whittle that down a little bit. So I changed my plan halfway through the month. So what I'm going to be doing today or this weekend, is I have like 6 or 7 projects on my acrostic that are just smaller projects that aren't my focal point for the month, but that I figure will be getting out regularly enough to get finished. So I'm going to work on some of those and my oldest whip, because every year I try to finish my oldest whip. So the first project I'm going to start with during the marathon is my oldest, which I'll show you, is Birds of a Feather by Blackbird. It's a reproduction. I do believe they just put this back out because this one was a hard one to find for a while, but I'm pretty sure they just reprinted it. And this is what I've got on it. Started it in 2019. So I should be able to get this finished no problem this year. Yeah. There's some over one, which she now has some new secret trick to show how to do over one. So I figured pulling that out maybe would get her to show me. Because she keeps talking about it, and once she starts talking, I don't follow. I need to see it. I'm a visual person. So that's what I'm going to start with.
Okay. Well, first off, I just want to mention, you see my Christmas behind me. It's not because I'm slow and I haven't taken it down. I leave Christmas up until February. I decided a couple years ago, I don't know why there's such a big rush to get it down, and Christmas only ends up being up for a week or two. I mean, that's how it was growing up. And I get it with the live tree and stuff. But anyway, I'm thinking, I enjoy my nativities up. I enjoy all my cross stitch up. I don't really like putting it up until after Thanksgiving because I like what Thanksgiving stands for. So I don't like, and that just didn't leave much time. So it's purposeful that my stuff.
She's not like me where I just leave things.
She just leaves Halloween up all year.
I haven't had Halloween up in a couple years now.
What's up now?
Spring.
Well, she's ready for spring. So anyway, that's why that's up. And I will say I ended the year with 12 whips. So I'm the opposite of her. I only had 12, and of the 12, they're all like they're samplers or bigger pieces. Samplers. So I've been kind of adding some things, smaller things to have some more whips. But I really end up most of the time just sitting and I start something and I'll finish it. But anyway, so I am going to, I've got a bit of a cold. I noticed I was stuffy this morning. Years ago I had started these ornaments, the Plum Street Christmas that she had, and I have quite a few of them done, but I don't think I'm going to do them all. I don't like all of them, but I do there's still several more, so I put on the border. This is the sheep one that I'm going to work on. Okay. So I'm going to work on that one this hour and get some more of those, because I realized on my Noah's Ark wall I have one Christmas Noah's Ark stitched that I put up, but I don't have any other, and I have like a little stocking. So I thinking, I've got all these. I need to finish some of them. So I'm going to work on that. And I had started a bunch more Christmas things and just work on things that whips that I have
So
done.
the other big thing we have to always figure out every marathon is what we're going to watch, because I have to have something going that is somewhat engaging. And we tried 24. I don't remember if I was just over stitching and we were doing it, and I couldn't. It's hard to pick a season if you're not like doing it
In order.
enough, and then she just watches it all the time anyway. So we were thinking, and so last night as we're drinking our wine, I was like, why don't we take the acrostic for the month, which is Adventure Now, and each pick a movie for each of the letters in the acrostic. And
because there are
12.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know where we're going with that, because so there, 12 letters in the acrostic. Adventure Now. We'll each pick a movie, and then we don't know what each other has picked right now, so we're gonna each say our A movie, and we will go watch that, and then we can come back and show you what we stitched, and then I think I'm gonna do 2 movies per project, so I'll get through 6 projects. I think, unless I hate the project and I need to switch. So that's what I'm thinking. So what was your A movie?
Armageddon.
So is mine. So, yeah, and we just did it like first movie that came to your mind. Don't look at any like lists of movies to like think of what they are. Like really just first movie. Like what's your A,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that one works. And it's kind of an adventure-y, like traveling and, like on your journey, like save the world type thing. So we're gonna go watch Armageddon, and when we come back we will show you our project and discuss our D movies, which I do not think will be the same. So I mean, I know they're not going to be the same.
And I might add, it is early. Usually we don't get started. It's only like around 8 o'clock. So, of course, we went to bed early last night.
I was up at 6:30 too. So
it's early for us. That's why I've got baggy, sleepy eyes, and she
I'm
lost
like
the.
peppy.
You are pretty peppy. Yeah.
Usually you're like, she's a grump. Yeah. I didn't take my anxiety med yesterday. I forgot. Medicine. I was supposed to be tattooed yesterday too, so I'm finishing. I've got my. How do I show you my? So I have my Mayhem tattoo, and then I have my Pandemonium tattoo, and then the one with Mom. So this arm is all going to be family themed, and people that I love and things like that. So I had an appointment. Well, I had an appointment last Friday, and the artist's dad was really sick. So he had been like, I didn't sleep. Like, I've got to go. He's failure to thrive. Like, I need to go see my dad. And I was like, absolutely. Like, let's reschedule. So I was supposed to go yesterday, and she kept saying, I think we should cancel. I think we should cancel. I don't think we should do it. You're not going to want to
24 hours
stitch.
Across stitch
if you not the tattoo. If you're going to be tattooed the day before. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get the clock logo from 24 Hours somewhere. I'll get that in honor of it being a marathon weekend. And then I was going to do a pear branch because my maiden name means pear tree. And my dad named me after a pet rock in the 70s. They had a little crate box, so I'm gonna get the box, and then I have Watson's favorite toy, which is a monkey wearing a Santa hat. So he's gonna go here. And then I got a text from Kyle, my artist, at like 2:30 that his wife's dad died. So he's like, I can't, like, I'm really, really sorry. So it actually worked out. I'm not sore. I'm not, but a little bummed that I don't have my new tattoos to be showing off.
So she ended up coming over earlier yesterday.
Yeah, because I figured I'd be at the shop until 7 or 8 o'clock, but nope.
So it was early night and early up, and here we are. We never get this early of a start. So
not for a really long time. And of course, I told Brandon I get home because he was driving me over because my car got hit. So I haven't really liked driving it, but the body shop said it was okay. So I was just like, I don't want it sitting out in a driveway all weekend because we are supposed to get snow. I'd rather have it in the garage. So I wanted him to bring me over. And so I get home from work and he's in his pajamas. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I thought you were going over tomorrow. And I said, well, no, because we want to start tomorrow. And he goes, you don't ever start till Saturday. And I looked at him and I was like, that is not even close to being a true statement. Like that, we always start Fridays. I don't know what he was thinking. His days are a little off. It's confusing now because we used to be on the exact same work schedule, and then he was off work for a while, and now he works Fridays and I don't. But yeah, I was like, no, like, And he's going to see this because he edits everything, so I'm sure he's going to put something snarky in a little pop-up.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, he doesn't really watch what I'm saying here. Okay, we're going to go watch Armageddon, Stitch, and get our food
ordered
because we're going to order breakfast. And then Costco later because their shrimp cocktail is my favorite protein that I can eat. So, anyway, we will be back.
Okay.
Bye. Hi.
Hi.
One movie down. It was actually a little longer than the movie because we waited to start it. The problem with us not sharing our movies before is we can't have anything prepped. So then when we go back, we've got to figure out if it's streaming somewhere, or if we're buying it online, or if we're digging through the DVDs, which we're really not going to do. And I didn't bring any of my movies over because this was not a plan. So we're just, just going to keep going.
Okay.
I am going to continue on the next movie working on this. I worked on the bottom portion of the vase. I didn't have any of that in when we started. I'm off somehow, but it doesn't matter because it's a quirky kind of pattern. I have an extra row in between the end of the vase and the border, or I will, but I don't.
Yeah, I can tell.
I know everybody's gonna notice really a lot. I don't think I wanted to get this in because I'm pretty sure I remember something being off on the border, but it connects, so I don't really care. But I figured I'd get this in, make sure the big pieces were blocked in first, and then go back. Since I started this so long ago, and it's been a really long time since I've worked on it, I'm not super sure. But it's a little out of my style range right now. Like if I were going to start this one today, I wouldn't have used the natural linen, and I would have used either the silks or the overdyed, because I don't think you can see like the variation in these flowers great. It actually comes up better, I think, on the camera than it does in person. The colors just really blend. So
well, I just worked on this, and I got the flower done, the big one and little ones in. They have center color that I haven't done. I got the sheep done and the border connected up. It's not, I don't have all of the dark squares in, and then they're all filled. I started with some of the white because I finished the sheep. The leaves are all finished except for two. I have to add the second color of that. So it's and it has 1225 on it. I haven't decided whether I'm going to put that on it or not.
Oh, for Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Was this the one you were asking me about the other night?
Yeah.
I was like, 12, yeah, I don't think I'd put it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really need it there, and none of the other ones say Christmas. It's whatnot. So I think I'll keep. I don't know if I'm going to keep working on this because what's left is real easy, mindless thing. Or I'll keep working on it, finish it, and then I'm going to go. This is one I got the other day online. She had a couple real cute ones, and I started it. I just got the stable in. I started the other black one called Mary Did You Know, which is so cute because it's a profile of Mary standing and she's got a little pregnant belly. I took it down. I finished it, and I should I'll bring it up later. But it's very cute. Sweet. Yeah. So, or I'm gonna start working on that now and save this when my eyes get tired and I don't really even have to look at the chart for most of it. So.
Yeah.
I'll decide when we sit and eat breakfast.
What's your D movie?
My D movie is Dante's Peak.
Really? I was kind of hoping you'd do Deep Impact because I didn't.
Well,
and I was like...
I thought of that then.
Sometimes we can go into it. Mine was Donnie Darko. So I think we'll do yours.
Okay.
do Dante's
Are we
Peak. I
gonna
haven't
do
seen
deep?
that in forever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I thought of it secondary Deep Impact just because then it's like
yeah,
Armageddon.
but I mean,
But
I
then I'm
hate Deep
thinking
Impact.
you
It's
don't
like I
like
don't
it.
like it at
I
all.
mean,
And
I
I mean,
like
the
it.
only way I watch it is if I watch it right after Armageddon, just
Yeah.
because. But it's just not good.
I
They
love
came
it. I
out
think
at the
it
same
is.
time,
Yeah.
and
No, I like
I don't
it.
know. It's just not one
Okay.
that I really do
Dante
like.
Peak's fast moving action.
And that's Pierce Brosnan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Terminator Lady.
Terminator Lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go back. I like I said, I'm gonna keep doing this project for now, and then I'm trying to decide if I just want, because like all of the projects I brought with me are all tied to my acrostic. So like my A, I had already finished because that was Alphabet Block for Prairie Schooler, but my D was this one for Blackbird
Oh.
Designs. So I'm thinking V, I might switch to whatever project, and then maybe the ones that I don't have, like that I've already stitched it, or if it's one of my like large, medium ones that I'm wanting more time on during the month, I might save it. I don't know. But I'm still going to work on this one for the next hour or next movie. So the problem is this is my problem with only stitching on them for a movie, is I have on my acrostic that I'm going to stitch on it for at least 2 hours. Could I change that and have it be, and the reason I say at least 2 hours is I figure that's what I stitch in an evening, and so it's like one evening's worth of stitching. I could change it and just have it be the movies for the marathon. But if I know that I've only stitched on it for a movie and the movie wasn't 2 hours, I won't check it off. And then
Most of the movies are 2 hours, though.
You think?
Movies. This was 2.5.
okay,
I mean, the movies we're watching.
we'll have to just kind of check and make sure.
Yeah.
Like if it's only one of those like 90-minute movies.
I mean,
then...
those are Lifetime movies and made for television.
my
movies.
favorite.
Well, if you've got those on the list, I know.
I don't have those on the list. I have like
Right.
my cult classic
Right.
movies on the list. So
Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna go. Bye.
Right.
Another movie down. Dad made tuna. Took 40 minutes. We're not sure why, but it's really good.
I love the fabric that's on.
I don't.
I know.
And this is the difference
I
between
do.
the two of us. I figured out why there's an extra line. That's because this one was only supposed to have 3 in it, and it has 4. So I fixed it, like I made it even, and did 4 in the one that was down here too. So like I fixed the border, but then there's an extra row, so it's fine. I also don't really want to do the circle back stitching around this one. There's
Doesn't need back stitching.
So I don't know if I'm
think
just
so.
going to go up with the stem and go closer, or do another couple rounds around it in the other color. I haven't decided. So, but it's going away for a little bit. Might come back out because I have 2 or 3 projects on my acrostic that I already finished for the month, so I didn't bring them with me. So I'm contemplating having Brandon bring them, but I don't feel like it's necessary, so I don't know. I have to decide today. Do you want the spicy cocktail sauce?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
So I could have him bring it today, and that could be the
So you can blame it on me.
Well, I mean, then I have more than just
Cross stitch
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Since we did get the shrimp.
I got this. It called it very spicy cocktail, like it's very spicy, I think is what it was. Cocktail sauce from Costco, and it wasn't lying. And I mean, I poured it, and Brandon was like, "Holy cow!" Like he doesn't do horseradish or spice much anyway, and he could smell it from across the room. It was a little bit too much for me, so I was like, "Give this to Mom and Dad because it's not quite there." So I will be switching projects for the next one. This is my V project because it's part V. Barbara Anna, Over the Seas, A New World. So it's the 5th part. I stitched the second one, I think, already, which was
Why
like
is it a V? For the
part
5?
V, 5, V.
Okay.
I mean,
Roman numeral.
It's a Roman numeral. It's a V, so it counts
Okay.
for V.
Okay.
And I stitched one of them. I'm not going to finish them all together, though.
Yeah.
She thanks me. We'll
That's
explain
not
that
happening,
later.
Yeah.
This is where I'm at on it. I'm stitching it on Midnight Ride by X Jude. I like this fabric for watery things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work on it. Next.
Okay.
Did you finish your other one, or did you just put it away?
No, I just worked on this because I knew the movie was shorter. So I got Baby Jesus in. It's just about finished. I have to put a fence in on the one side and then the words underneath, actually, and
It's cute.
it's done.
The stars cut off like that?
Yeah, because it's a circle. You frame it as a circle.
Okay.
So anyway.
Okay.
So I am going to work on.
Oh, so you're putting that one away, or you're
Yeah.
gonna finish it and then work
Yeah.
on? She just said yes to both.
It, yeah.
Just in case you were not following that conversation we just had.
I don't know. I might just finish it, or I might just put it away and finish it later. I don't know. I have had this Adam and Eve for really a while, and I got it out because it's different, and I had started it last week, I think. So I thought, I'll work on that because there's gonna be a lot of filling in the
It's
border.
a new one though. I thought maybe it was an old one. It's released 2022.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I mean,
it
not
on
new, but it's
Etsy,
not like crazy old.
So
It's big.
yeah, it's gonna be bigger,
Yeah,
and that border's gonna be
a lot. Yeah.
yeah, and the tree is gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of branches, but so I'm stitching it a little different than I normally do, just to make sure I've got the count in, and kind of working on the border so I don't leave that all till
What
the
fabric
end.
is
either.
it? One of those like
Yeah,
stamped or painted?
it's
Like vintage
it's
country
the
mocha, but no.
country mocha, but it's a gray version of it. It's from
Swagger.
Zweigart. Yeah, their answer to hand dyed
Yeah.
in the gray, which I like, and I thought that'd be different with that. So, and the colors are real different than are my colors, but I haven't changed any of them. I just thought I'm gonna leave them because lots of times if the blues aren't my blues, I'll change them, and I thought no, I'll just leave it because it's kind of interesting. It's different. So I'm gonna work on that for a while.
What was your V movie?
My V movie is Vertical Limit.
I was hoping that one too. We were talking about it last night and I forgot. I did V for Vendetta, which I also really like. But
I don't know that one.
it's Natalie Portman. Remember
Is
the
it
5th of November.
Superhero?
No,
No.
I don't typically gravitate towards the superhero. I mean, I watch them. I like Marvel, but if I have to pick a movie, that's not going to be one I gravitate towards. I think it's based on like a graphic novel, maybe.
Which is a comic book.
Kind of.
Is that what it means?
But it's not superhero-y. It's not.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen it.
I probably have. Okay.
But yeah, it's the Remember the 5th of November. She doesn't know that.
No. Try to remember
Something
the
historical.
5th of November. Remember. No.
So, anyway, we're going to watch Vertical Limit because Ben Mendelsohn is in it. And I love Ben Mendelsohn. And she doesn't know who he is. And I don't remember him in that movie. My boss was watching The Outsider, which I love, on Max. And she had commented about it. And so my comment back was that I love Ben Mendelsohn. And then her next response was, does he have a lisp? So I Googled Ben Mendelsohn lisp and got this great Reddit thread about him and his speech impediment and how so many people are attracted to him based on his speech impediment. And I was like, this is why I love Reddit, because it's just everything random comes up. And but I do like Ben Mendelsohn, so I will gladly watch Vertical Limit. And we have tuna salad. We have spicy shrimp cocktail sauce.
And we got our Costco order.
We got our Costco order. Kind of had a little hiccup, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got the refund. Got chickpea pasta to possibly try the mac and cheese that we typically do. It's a little, I haven't been doing a ton of carbs lately, so I'm trying like the protein pastas and just the things that are a little higher. I don't know how chickpea pasta will do if we just put it in dry. Like, I don't know, because typically we don't cook our pasta before we put it in the crock pot for mac and cheese. It just kind of cooks in the sauce. But we could try it. I mean, we could just make a base. Like, I don't think we should make a ton of mac and cheese. Like, just because sometimes we quadruple the recipe. I don't think we need to do that. Just do the base and see how it does. But I used the Trader Joe's version of the chickpea pasta the other night, and I really liked it. So,
Well, do you fix it the same way if you boil it like you do regular pasta?
Yeah.
So I don't know why it would be any different
yeah.
if we don't boil it first.
So we'll see. So we might throw that in the crock pot. We're supposed to get snow starting tonight, so maybe.
Okay.
Who knows? So we're gonna go watch Vertical Limit, and yeah.
Okay.
I thought she was being really clever because when she sat down, she was like, "I'm gonna scoot as close to Jen as I can," and then we started the thing, and she was like, "I'm right where I should be."
Like me.
Tell me that was not what was going on in your head, because it 100% was.
It was.
Okay, yeah, I did this. So I don't know. I mean, it's just a bunch of little additions to it. It's hard to see the progress.
Well, I got the tree all down to the trunk. This is one of those patterns that is in sections. It's 3 sections across and a zillion down because it's so long, but they don't overlap.
I hate that.
But it's so nice on the iPad because I split the screen. Especially side by side, I can butt them right up. Top and bottom is a little more, but I can put them at least side by side and see what the bottom is and kind of line it up. But I got all the way down, got the snake in, and got the tree down. So.
Are you going to keep working on that?
I'm going to keep working on that for a while till my eyes get tired.
Yeah. I'm switching to this one. This is one I'm stitching for my mom. I've done the coffee is a cup of bliss, and I'm doing the wine is bottled poetry. So I think I only did it the once I started it for 222, so I don't have much done on it. So I'll work on that for the next
Spun elegance.
Yeah, so that's my E for elegance. So
okay.
What's your E movie?
Enemy of the State.
So, okay, there's 2 E's in adventure now. My second E, I had Enemy of the State. So we'll just say that one is the one we're going to watch, and I'll save my other E for the next one. Okay. So, yep. Right. I figured that was high energy. I originally had E.T., and then I was like, no, I'm going to change it to Enemy of the State. Yeah. We've done pretty good with some fast-paced picks right now, so I think it's been helping. Brandon came over and brought a couple projects so I can work on like my acrostic to match now. The only one I won't have to show is what I had for A, which is the Prairie Schooler alphabet. But I had already finished that block, and I'm not putting any more X's in it until next month. So didn't have him bring that one. So he brought that, the spicy cocktail sauce, and the mini flip pretzel cracker things. So had to call my car insurance guy because I hadn't heard from him. Now he's acting like a little detective, like you should be, since it was 4 cars in the accident, and the guy that hit me on scene said he was not hit by the person that was originally hit. So I keep saying I'm the first in line. Brandon says that's wrong. He says I should be the 4th in line. But if we're going from like where
the direction you were headed.
So everybody thinks I'm 4th. Well, I guess, if that was the chain, Right. So in that case, I have a picture of the back of his car that shows absolutely no damage. So I can't I don't understand why they're now saying that the second car hit him, because they definitely didn't hit him into me, because he went into me. Like, They're,
Well, his car was totaled. Why?
well, it had to get towed away. I'm assuming it was going to have been totaled. So I'm like, can somebody please do some research? Because I'd really like to not pay my deductible since I was not at fault at any of this. They're not really doing it. So we'll see. So we got that distraction and whatnot. This will be the 4th movie for the day. I think we can probably do another one after this because it's only 5:15. So I think we're doing pretty good.
Okay.
So I want a snack and then I'm going to stitch.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Well, we didn't film last night
Mm.
after we finished our ADV movie, which was Enemy of the State. And then we got up this morning and we were like, no, too early to film. So we watched our N movie, which was Negotiator, because, again, that was the second N on my list. So we just bumped it up. So that was where we were. So for E, I was working on Wine Is by Homespun Elegance. So I got the top border in, and then I started on the writing. So that's what I worked on that hour. Then I worked on, for N, this was not it. This is my N acrostic because it is on Navy Bean fabric by Lakeside. So this is Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street. I filled in the middle section of the house and a little bit of the fence down at the bottom. I love this piece. I have loved it forever, and I'm not finding my groove while stitching it, so I'm struggling a little bit with it. This was my medium-sized project, so my goal for the month was to get 3 days worth of stitching in on it, which I have done. So it is going away for now. So, what did you work on?
I just worked on my Adam and Eve, and I got in the top
Oh, yeah.
border.
The clouds remind me of the clouds on Peacock, Unicorn, and Badger.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I got all of that done, and I've just started down on the one side to go.
I like
down
the black
more.
border. It's going to be a pain in the butt, but it's...
I know.
It's very
and that's
striking.
Yeah, and I have a few little leaves filled in it. I'm kind of anxious to get some color in it.
Yeah.
But it skips and there's so many colors, so I want to get more of the border in, so when I thread a needle I can do it all
that
over.
That makes sense, yeah.
And I don't want to leave it all at the end or it'll be
drag.
A pain. Yeah.
Are you keeping with
and
that?
I'm going to keep with this.
Okay.
I'm good with this.
So our next one is T. So mine is the Quaker Seasons of Friendship by Crown and Thistle. So this is my big ass project for the month that I wanted out, and I wanted 5 days. These couple hours will be the 5th day for me, so this will finish this one on me. So I had originally, when I started this, I was going to stitch it all monochromatic with one color, and that was going to be Otter Creek by Gast. It's a very pretty green. So this is Otter Creek to see, and I realized I think I hadn't bought enough of it, or surprise. And so I was getting nervous about how much of it I was going to do, but it's the seasons. So this section right here is winter, down here is summer, over here is spring, and then this is fall. So it kind of has an even split in the middle. Gonna have to kind of be a little creative. It's upside down. It was all those things, just the other way. I'm not gonna change that. So it kind of has an awkward split in the middle. The in between the middle is like the horizontal middle is really easy, but the vertical middle is not. So I have to decide where I'm gonna make that split. And so typically I like to, when I stitch, finish. So anyway, I picked a color for each season then, instead of saying that everything was going to be the green, which green would not necessarily have been my winter choice, but I already had a lot done on it. So that stayed. So I had a lot of this. I finished this portion over the course of this and put some of this in. But when I'm stitching, I like to roll my fabric, and I find it rolls better if there's stitching on it. So I like to go all the way down if I can, especially on a piece like this that's really long. So I went ahead and I got the summer. So I haven't had any of this done since I pulled it out this year. So I'm going to work a little bit more probably on the red in this section just to kind of catch me up. I think there's another like couple page lengths that way of this. It's very long that way. And it's a huge piece of fabric that I don't know how far it's going to go, but I think I just didn't cut the piece of fabric because it makes sense not to do that. So I'm doing the red is Country Redwood by Gast, and then the fall will be Sarsaparilla, and spring will be Brethren Blue. So, which is a completely different dialect than it used to be, but that works. So that's what I'm working on now. Next for tea. What was your tea movie?
Terminator 2.
Mine too. It's like we're related and like have similar interests in things. So we're gonna watch some Eddie Furlong and Linda Hamilton again. I haven't seen it in forever. I don't like Terminator 1.
I don't mind it. It's not. I like Terminator 2 better.
I don't remember Terminator 1 either because growing up, I always watched Terminator 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's good because it gives you the background, Arnold and...
Yeah, but he was bad.
The Terminator, I know, but then that's what makes Terminator 2 so good because now he's good.
Yeah, I just always watched Terminator 2. And then grew to hate Doggett, the cop guy, that the other Terminator. I don't hate him from this. I hate him when he was on X-Files and he was terrible. That is who he was on Doggett on X-Files. I forget what his real name is, but sometimes a character sticks.
Robert Patrick.
You're right.
I know.
Sometimes a character sticks. He was good in The Faculty.
Yeah. I mean, he's good in some things.
He was not in X-Files. No, he wasn't. But he kind of was taking over for Mulder, which that's a hard thing to do, right? I mean, because that was when Fox is named after Fox Mulder.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be Mulder.
He was supposed to be Mulder, and Mama was supposed to be Scully because they were clones. But Mama stuck as Mama, and Mulder morphed to Fox. But Fox fits him really well, I think.
Yeah.
Not that he looks like a fox, but he looks like a fox Mulder. Like, it fits. Anyway, we are going to, it started rainy and now it's kind of snowy, and I don't know if we're actually going to get the snow that they said we were going to get, but
I don't even know what that temperature is now, but
I don't either. So this is our 6th movie then. So we'll see if we get through all 12. Brandon's working at 3 a.m. on Monday morning, so he's got to pick me up like mid-afternoon-ish, so we'll see where we get. And it's supposed to get really cold here Monday and Tuesday, so we'll see what happens. So, gonna go. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. We're back. I'm tired of this project, so it's going well. Got some more of the red done.
Is it pretty red?
Yeah, I still just don't know about it. I think I'll like it better when I have all 4 colors in.
Yeah.
I think it's just hard for me to, I don't know. I mean, I think together all the 4 colors look really good together, so I kind of wish it was... I wish it was going to be green, orange, red, blue.
They don't look like a flag.
So, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just, I feel like the red and orange being next together and the green and blue together,
Well, you could change.
No, because the blue is spring. Those are the colors for it. And orange is fall.
True. Okay, I'll show mine. I just worked more on, I don't know what you can see, I worked more on, went down the side border and then put the white line in and then put the one tree beside to make sure everything was lined up, or one bush or whatever that is. The green to make sure that was at the right spot so I can get Adam and Eve in because they're standing next to that. So
I gotta keep it there.
I think so.
Yeah.
I may finish that black one just because that's easier to do now during the day than later. So I may do that.
We're at you, right?
Yes. You better have a good one because mine's not good. My movie.
Uh-oh. It might be pulling out a different one. This is Sweater Weather by Plum Street. I do not know that I'm going to work on this, though, because it's on... The reason it's you is the fabric is Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit, but it's 56 count, and I'm not sure I'm in the mood for 56 count. So I'll start and see how it goes, but I'm not... I think I typically use my magnifier, and I mean, I have a magnifier here, but I'm not set the same way I am at home, and so I just don't think it's gonna set up the same way. Like, I think I'm gonna have to, I don't know. I'll try it and see. If I don't stitch on that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I don't stitch on that, is it this one? I might pull this out. It has no U connection whatsoever, but it's the My Necessity by by Heartstrings, and it's just like monochromatic easy. So I think I'll just have this next to me in case I'm not feeling it, and then go from there. But then I'm going from a monochromatic to another monochromatic. I don't know. What? What's
nothing?
She's laughing at me.
No.
She is. What was your U?
Are you ready? It's the first thing that popped in my mind, and I have no idea why.
It's gonna be real good.
Uptown Girl.
Is that the one with Brittany Murphy?
I don't even know who's in it. I'm kind of thinking of the Billy Joel song, but I knew there was a movie. I can't think of any.
That. Oh, Usual Suspects.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna pick mine this. You know what? A letter I had a hard time with is R. And I don't know why. Actually, I have a much better movie than I picked for my R that just popped in my head, but couldn't think of anything. And I do this alphabet game to help me fall asleep. So like I go through the alphabet, and like the first time I used to do it, I would like go through a grocery store, and so I would go and like everything that I could think of with the letter A, and then I would go to B and C, and I did that for a long time. I mean, that usually helps. D always stumps me, and I'm not like, I always get to the D's and I'm like, can't think of anything, and I don't know why.
Donuts, dill pickles.
Well, but I always start. You can't just go to a grocery store, right? You got to go in the right sections. Like you have to like. So it's like I'm walking through. So then I want produce, right? Because when I go into Kroger, that's the first place I hit. What's produce with a D? I always have to go dragon fruit, and I don't even eat dragon fruit. You know, I've never bought it once in my life, but I could like I and then I like get stumped. And
Dairy.
Yeah.
Dairy department, but you know.
Again, it's not like that. It always makes me slow down in my like, and the whole point of it is to just go through things as fast as possible. So your like mind is kind of just focused on that and not anything else. And then I've started doing it where I just think of one of each letter and go all the way through. So I'll do like, a store, and I'll go through and I'll think, okay, here's an A store, B store, C store, D store. It usually works. I mean, I usually don't. If I'm doing one, I sometimes get through the whole alphabet. But if I'm doing like multiples and thinking of everything with that letter, then I usually don't get past like N. It's a good little fall asleep trick.
Well, I've been going through the alphabet because I've been trying to think of a movie, the name of a movie since
Like
yesterday.
a specific movie.
Yeah,
Who's in
the
it?
one with Jeff Bridges, and he's Irish, and what's his face from U.S. Marshal and Tommy Lee Jones, and I can see the whole thing and the music.
Is he like a terrorist?
And
An Irish?
Tommy Lee Jones is a bad guy, and Jeff Bridges is a policeman. And Lloyd Bridges is his father, and it's one of my favorite movies. And U2 is the music in it all. Obviously, because they're Irish, and that's the music in it, and it's action, and it's like, what the heck is the name? I just thought of it.
What
today.
is it?
Blown Away.
Oh, it is Blown Away, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Did that one come out around the same time as Speed?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's not similar at all to
It
Speed.
isn't?
No.
Why is it blown away?
Because
Is it
Tommy Lee Jones is setting bombs.
I mean, that's kind of similar to Speed.
But Speed is a bomb on a bus, and I don't think it's not like Dante's Peak and Volcano or Deep Impact and Armageddon type. They're not similar at all because he breaks out of prison and he's after Jeff Bridges and yeah.
I like alphabet things. Yeah. I don't know why. It just has always been That's why I'm excited about 2026 and not 2025 because I am doing my alphabet challenge every year. There's an alphabet challenge in the planner, but I decided to do it different than just finding a project for each letter. What I did was I found a topic for each letter. So like A is alphabet. So when I finish a project that has an alphabet in it, then that project will get done. B is bird. C is
Cats.
Coffee or something, so I have a letter for a thing that could be in the stitching for every letter, and then whatever is the first whatever I finish, then I see if it fits in one of the categories and I put it down. I needed a little bit of a different way to do it because I think I'll be able to do like the ABC challenge typically with the alphabet, 26 alphabet finishes ranging the different letters of the alphabet. So like I'm trying to save my alphabet pieces. Like I kind of get like a little like cringy, like my oldest whip has an alphabet in it. I'm like, can I switch that? Can't I save that one to finish next? I mean, I could because these are my rules and no one else's, but I won't. So I'm just trying to like kind of keep all my cool alphabets present. That's why I'm doing the Prairie Schooler alphabet one a month every year this year because I will finish it at some time in 2026. So, my head is a scary place. It's snowing.
After it rained all morning, so
it's going to be an icy mess later. So, good thing we're not going nowhere. Okay, we're going to go attempt more stitching to Usual Suspects and not Uptown Girls because...
That's like, what? What? You?
No. I think it is Brittany Murphy.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
Or the girl
No offense to anybody that likes that movie. It's just not one of our movies
right.
I would say, yes, let's watch that with Mom. I mean,
Holland.
Not going to lie, some of the movies I've picked today are more Mom movies than my movies, just because I know we'll enjoy watching them together. Not R. My R is totally a random, like, where did that come from? I haven't seen it since college. So, that's up next. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
We're starting. You can say it now.
You look grumpy now.
I'm tired. I don't know what happened. Like, all of a sudden, it's just like, oh.
Go down, take a nap.
It's the 56 count, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Your eyes are probably tired.
I mean,
that's
and the
so
magnifier worked really well. It's just, I sit in weird positions to, like, try to see right in it. I mean, it's always slower going, but I got the head of the dog in and the leaf above his head and some of the other fill-ins. So I love these small. Like, it's worth it. There are some projects that I'm considering abandoning from 222 because there's no reason for them to be on that small. Like, it doesn't. Sometimes your stitches aren't quite as neat, and I do better. There is over one in this too, which is a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
I did like the eyes of the owl. It's not much, and I'll see what I end up really doing with it. But it is very cute little. And I have the Halloweenies done, and I'll do them all little when I do them. So.
I ended up finishing this and got that finished. I worked on the sampler for a little bit, put in some more
20 or
lines.
18 count?
I believe it's 18 because 20 was going to make it too small. So I did on 18.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's a circle one too, so that's why it's a little funky. But no, I thought they were sweet little designs. So
what are you working on next?
So I was gonna do my Mary Beale, but I'll save that for later. I'm gonna do Lottie Dawes Lord's Prayer. A lot of people are doing Lila's Studios Lord's Prayer, and I was gonna order that, but I've had this one. I like this, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna do that. So
have you started?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing it on this fabric you don't like and I love. So I got the top, and
is it the mink?
It's the mink
by R&R. I mean, I've done big projects on it. I just R&R tends to be too starchy for me.
Yeah, and see, I like it, and I love the color because it's the color of our dirty linen that we used decades ago. That was the thing, and then T-dyed came and
getting stabbed by the needles you have all over it.
Yeah,
I don't do that. One per project.
I have 50 million. So anyway, I'm gonna work on that. Some words.
It's R, so I'm gonna work on blue ribbon designs, schoolgirl samplings. I'm just doing that. There's a lot of over one in that too.
Really?
The writing, I think, is all over one. So, but I won't work on that. I just
yeah.
So. Oh yeah,
it's cute.
Nice 36 count instead of 56 count. So
yeah, that's better.
Should be able to handle it. Cozy in with it. So, what's your R movie?
The Rock.
Oh, that's way better than mine. Okay, I have yours? Rat Race.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember it. It was good. It was funny, and it was. I really did know. I'm much better with The Rock. I don't know why I didn't think of Ransom. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Ransom was a good one.
The Rock's a good one, though.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So we'll do that.
Okay.
I don't think I want to nap.
Okay. Well, you can decide. If you get tired, we can stop midway. It's up to you. I don't nap, so I'm not napping.
I haven't napped in a while.
I know. You haven't napped since you've been here.
I think decreasing my anxiety meds helped that out.
Oh.
Maybe it was up just a little too high. I wish I had something clever to say. I don't. Nothing. We're going to go stitch.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. So remember when we were going to make mac and cheese? I convinced my mom that we didn't need it. Now we're in the, what are we having for dinner? Because I just eat shrimp cocktail throughout the day, so I don't really want that for dinner. And frozen appetizers don't really sound good. So I think we might have to order something. I contemplated changing the oranges to pears, but then I decided I just want this done, so I didn't. Yeah. I'm liking it more now that there's more stitches in it. I wasn't really liking it before. So
I like it on that.
it's like it has sea things, like ocean things in all the four corners. And then the inside is like owl and woodland.
Yeah.
And then the verse is something about like traveling land and sea. And this is where
Yeah,
my
that's
needle
right.
treasures go. So it was originally like as a hexagonal
Ooh.
like shape for a box. But is it a hexagon? No.
Yeah.
Because it's 1, 2, 3,
Octagon.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, octagon. So I'm not going to do that because I have the corners. But I feel like with the saying, it makes sense to have it be in a box or something for finishing. So I'll have to put a little note on it. And then,
Okay, I worked and went down and put a couple lines across, started with the scripture reference and then something they're going to say. Then I went back up and did some more of the alphabet. The alphabet keeps throwing me because there's more than one letter. So like there's several E's, so.
But it's not the
But
same
they're-
for every one because there's 3 A's but only 2 B's.
Right, it's not the same as all of them aren't the
Are
same.
the vowels all 3?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
Okay.
Because
maybe.
there's 3 A's, 3 E's, 3 I's.
Okay.
I don't know about O.
Okay.
But I think that might be
Well, maybe that's I had.
I like patterns.
Looked at
Well,
it,
not
yeah.
you, though, either. There's only 2 U's.
Yeah.
I had a good thing going.
Well, yeah.
But maybe that
I mean,
one
and they're
isn't.
different.
Yeah.
Each one of them are different. But it kept throwing me, and then I did the E's, the 3 E's, and I did them in the wrong color, and it was so close to the D color that I ripped them all out and put the right color in. So,
Are you going to keep on with that one?
yeah, I think so. It's an easy enough one to do,
Yeah.
and there's going to be lots and lots of writing, so I need to spend some time on it. And I love this fabric, and I like the colors and stuff.
So I pulled, I've already done this, what I'm stitching on this month for this, but figured this is in all things be exceedingly diligent. And so it's that and then that. It's a long one. This is my like focus piece for the year that I want finished. I liked the saying, the sentiment of it for the year. Like that is what I want to do, is I want to be diligent in everything that I'm doing. Work, home, just everything. So this is where I am. I'm planning to work on it at least a day a month, and it will get finished before the end of the year. There's not a tremendous amount left. I mean, I got the alphabet all the way over, so it's just the fill in underneath the alphabet. But this is like another one that I'm like, this would be a good alphabet finish for 2026. Could be my I, but no, I want to finish it this year, and then I'm going to need a different one that starts with I for next year. Why does my head work the way it does?
Well, you could finish it right in January, so it's almost like finishing it this year.
No, it's this year because it's the sentiment and the saying, and it's gonna happen. And I have about 1,000 alphabets. I did count, and I think I had like 30 some, like where I felt like the alphabet was prominent in it. I haven't tried to plug it into like the alphabet challenge or anything yet. I know I won't have a Z. I don't know how I'm gonna get a Z or that, but maybe a designer. I might be able to find a designer. But I figure I'll be doing some starts because I want to start. Who did the little alphabet cottages?
Little House.
Is it Little House? I want to start those. I've had those as every year that I'm going to start things that I haven't since 2022 that she keeps buying me all the patterns to do. That's been on the list of things I want to do. So I'm also just trying, if I get the itch for starts this year, I'm trying to refrain from alphabet starts because...
Okay.
What's your E-movie?
Oh, The Edge.
Oh, that's a good one. Mine is Empire Records.
Okay.
But we can do yours.
No, we can do Empire. We can do something different other than...
We'll see which one we can find. If there's one that's free, we'll watch that one. Because I don't think Empire is. I think we'd have to run it. So. We're going to figure out food.
Okay.
I might have a glass of wine. I don't know. I don't know if I want wine or bourbon tonight. Last night it was old fashions. The night before it was wine.
Flip a coin.
So it really is like what glass I feel attached to in the moment. Do I want that? Like they're different feels, and I don't.
I don't know who she is. I don't know. I don't know where she came from. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so we didn't film last night, but that's our kind of modus operandi. Typical. What does it mean? Like it's a pretty standard thing that we do is we just kind of are done and then we stop and we went to bed and we're up today. So we just watched another movie. I was working on In All Things Be Diligent, Exceedingly something when we left, and I didn't really do very much, so I'm not even gonna pull it back out because all I did was like white fill in the house and you can barely see it. So that's what I worked on for the last one. And then we got up, we were on N, so we watched Notting Hill, and I stitched on this Give Bees a Chance. All I had was all we are saying is give up to the V and give and above, like the little border above it. So I got a decent amount in that movie. So trying to, like I said, finish some of my smaller ones and just bring the whip count down so I don't feel so guilty about working on bigger ones and stuff. So
I just kept working on my Lord's Prayer, so I got all the alphabet in and then started with some lines, getting the first or last so I can get the line across to see where everything's gonna kind of go. And there's a lot of switching of colors, so this way if I get some words in, then when I have excess thread I can go and hop around with the words too and use it the same place. So
it's looking good. It looks good on that fabric.
Yeah, it really does. I'm excited about it.
So we were going to do 2 more movies, but my stomach is killing me. I had probably too much sugar or something. I don't know. And and I know Bran's going to want to be asleep by like mid-afternoon to prep to be at work at 3. So I'm going to...
Well, and I got on my Weather Channel alert, high flu chance in our area. So you could even have something
I don't
like
know.
that.
I think it's food, but
we've been eating so crappy.
I honestly think it was the sweet chili on the wing. Like I got a quesadilla from Frickers, and I think the sauce on the chicken inside of it was just too much for me. So, because I was feeling fine, and then I had another piece this morning, and I think that's what is messing with me. So, so I'm just not incredibly comfortable. So I'm gonna pack up my stuff and head to my house. I might come back over tomorrow. It depends how cold it is and what's happening in my house. Because if it's
very cold,
very, 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 very cold, I might not leave my house. So yeah, because I don't work tomorrow, and it's Martin Luther King Day. And then I have to be in Toledo at 7.
On Tuesday?
Yeah. They said that the last time we had wind chill like this, though, they closed. So I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine they're really going to close, but hopefully that drive won't be terrible. And I'm glad I'm in my car and not the van, because I don't trust the vans as much as my car, so we'll see. So that was our stitching. We will be back. We will not be doing April during April, but on the plus side, I believe we're going to do April the week before. We had to change the April Marathon. So the April Marathon is the 4th weekend of the month. Typically they are the 3rd. However, the 3rd weekend is Easter, and so we didn't want to have it be officially during a holiday weekend. However, we are more Passover people, which is the week before Easter this year, which I'm kind of home for. I have a concert, so I will be away for a bit and then home. But we decided we would just go ahead and preemptively stitch our marathon during Easter weekend, film, and then have it up so that you guys can watch it during your marathons. So I think that will work out pretty well. Like I said, planner and all that kind of stuff is up through the 24th. If this doesn't post till later, I'm hoping it'll get up soonish. So if this doesn't post till later, I will extend that so that the sale is about a week from when this gets posted, for anyone that wants to pick up any plannery things and do the acrostics or the Choose Your Own Adventure challenges or anything. Mom has things framed downstairs. She didn't want to bring them up, so we'll do a parade of some sort soon. I've had no finishes this year so far, though.
I've had 3, but they're 18th. All little, like that. Mm-hmm. And they're all starts and finishes, because my 11 or 12 whips that I carried in are all big things, and I haven't worked so much on the big things to finish them. So
yeah, I might just keep this one out and try to get a finish on it today and just have that be off the list. We'll see.
Yeah,
I have just 2 more in my acrostic that I need to work on for the month. It's the 100 Owls. Stal by Al Forrest is my O, and I can show you where I am on it so you can see. Not very far. I don't think I've stitched on it hardly at all. It's not that one. No, it's not that bad. See, this is what happens when I decide to look just at fabric. I pull the wrong ones. This is also my large choice for the month, so I want to get 4 days worth of stitching in on it. So
it's pretty fabric.
I have some of that done, which pretty I guess border. It probably goes like that because that's what my needle is. So I will be working on that a bit this month, and then I also have this Crowned Owls by Kathy Barrick that is also on there. I don't know why it's my W.
W and owl.
Because it's on Woodland. I generally have it be either the name, the designer, or the linen that my letters connect with. So, or are you going to keep stitching on your current one, or are you swapping out?
I think, but I am going to show you this since I pulled it. Laura teaches.
My friend Laura.
Well, your friend Laura,
teaches, I think.
Had posted this really pretty sampler, and I had never seen it. Christmas, once again, it was a small Christmas sampler, and I hadn't seen it. And then she said, "Oh, she got it in a Leisure Arts. This book, actually, Christmas Traditions." And I said, "Oh, I have over 32 hardback between Spirit of Christmas and all theirs I got for years." Well, I did not have this book. And I'm thinking, and she didn't say the name of it or who the designer was. So I thought, well, it's Leisure Arts. So I'm thinking it really doesn't look like it. And so then I asked her, and she said, here's a picture of it. Here. It's really pretty. I don't know how well we can tell. Glory of the Lord. And it's like, oh yeah. And she goes, it's a Mary Beale. And it's like, Mary Beale in Leisure Arts?
Do you want it tagged again?
So, no, I don't need it tagged. So I went through my Mary Beale stuff and what I had. I didn't have the book, but what I had from 1989 was her pocket newsletter that she gave, and here it is on. I can't show it.
Well, it's a freebie
it's,
newsletter, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I had to pay for these. She's got these up. You can buy them.
Good luck screenshotting that and getting that pattern because it's Mary Beale, so it's all handwritten anyway.
Yeah, Mary Beale's all handwritten.
They're not fun to follow.
But I had it. But in Leisure Arts, it's really nice because it's like
a color
the Leisure
pattern.
Arts. Yeah, they transferred it, and they had a couple of other things, but it's it's done, and I can show you. I'll show
Do
you
a quick
upside
snip,
down
yeah.
real quick. And they had several other that I have her leaflets of in there too, which just surprised me or I figured if it was Mary Beale, then I'd be just cross stitched because that's where she put all her stuff. But anyway, I did start on that, and I may work on that. I haven't worked on it since I got my little start.
Is it on natural? Just
Yeah, it's on a natural that I've
that is
gotten
stiff.
from. Yeah,
and you like
yeah,
that.
and I like
find
it.
it like shreds my floss.
Well, it does. It does. But I love the color. That's just what I was used to. So I'm doing it on a 40 count, I think. Thank you, Laura. So I ordered the book. I found the book then on Amazon. And I ordered that hardback book because it has other. And she said it was her favorite book. There's a lot of good Christmas stuff in it. I just couldn't believe I didn't have a Christmas Remembered.
It never fails, right?
Christmas.
That it's the
all the
one
spirit
you
of
don't
Christmases, but
it also shows how important a colored picture of the pattern is, because here's this
Well.
pattern that you have, and we have all our patterns scanned and saved, and
Right.
but you're not going to gravitate towards it necessarily until you can see it stitched, and you
Yeah.
can see an example of it done, and why it's so. I think why I love Instagram and I love all of that, because that's where, and even sometimes seeing a cover picture doesn't do it until you see somebody else stitching it, and that's
Right.
really what brings it to life.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's why, cross stitch shops are so nice that you go to in needlework shops that have all the samples on the wall. It's just harder now, and I think we've talked about this before, than it was when I had my shop, because all we had was DMC. We had Ginny Thompson's flower thread. We had Anchor. We had no variation. They were basic colors. So I could tell my customers, if you like the picture on the leaflet, it's going to look even better stitched. That was always my thing if I didn't have a sample of it. But, the samples just made everything pop. But now with all the
the
variated...
dye lots change so much. And
lots of times it doesn't look the same anymore because people... and
or we make changes, right?
Right.
There's a lot more freedom.
Right.
There's a lot more choice involved now, I think, too.
Because we never changed anything. We didn't change
Yeah.
the design. We didn't change colors. You didn't just go and swap out. You did whatever the designer said. And I mean, that's just how we followed the pattern religiously. And now we take out things, we put in things.
She does it. She's the queen of changing things now.
I know, and I can't believe it. But
Speaking of changing things, we have to work on the D block for...
yeah, I
Prairie
know. I
Schooler.
saw that in my...
I have the Prairie
Good
Schooler
notes.
alphabet, and there's a couple blocks that I'm just not sure about. The D is very, it's drum, which drums don't associate to my life at all, and it's just very patriotic, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
not...
a drum from the...
Yeah, it's
parade,
not
yeah.
my jam. So I think we're going to change it to dog. And we found the Barnyard Christmas, because I want it to still be Prairie Schooler. Whatever I change it to, I don't want to just rechart something. I want the base of it to be Prairie Schooler. But I'm working in my columns down, so I just finished L, because we were originally going to do deer, because we figured we could find a D for deer. Well, the L block, so it's 3 columns that I've got, right? So L is here and D is... would help if I was on. So L is here and D is going to be like catty corner to it. And so the L block is leaves, but it's all deer. There's a big deer in the middle of it. So I was like, yeah, I don't want the next one catty corner from it to also be deer. And so I'll stitch the one under it, and then when I go up, I'll be on D. So I have 2 months.
Right.
By March, I have to have it recharted.
And we're into keeping with Prairie School, or looking for a design
That's by
that she designed to keep with the feel of the whole alphabet.
Like, I know
she's
there's
a very
somebody
distinct
that
designer.
had recharted I to be like ice skating, and so they used one of her leaflets, and she said it fit pretty much perfect. There was just a few minor tweaks to it. I's the other one I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. So but yeah, I have to figure that one out.
Right.
So but I think we've got enough dogs from random little ornaments,
Right,
because she
I
doesn't
have-
have a lot of dogs.
No.
She has a lot
and
of cat stuff. She must have been a
Right.
cat person and not a dog
Right.
person. But
I've ordered a lot of the pamphlets from her that I went through, her alphabets and stuff, finding dogs in them that we didn't have. So I have some coming too, that then we can look at and then hopefully
And I'd be okay
tweak
to
them
skip
enough.
D for a little bit, but once I get to having to stitch E, I need D blocked in because these aren't the easiest to put all on one piece because they're not all the same size. They're all approximately 70 by 92 or something, but some are 72 by 90 or 100 and something. And so it's just, you've really got to line everything up very carefully. I have a whole little chart that I'm using to make sure. And so it's, I don't want to skip that many to go over
Right.
and leave you that blank. That would scare me. So that's my next project.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pull that out today. I don't think so. Probably not.
You need something easy and chill. You should finish that little one. That'll finish up quick. And then see how you feel.
So that was our marathon
Yeah.
official filming. We're going to keep stitching because we don't know how to not.
No.
Just sit around and what do you do then? So we're going to go do that. We hope you enjoyed your time, and we will be back with you in April. Bye, guys.
Bye.